Lesson number 5 for Wednesday, February 1st. Surety and Get-Rich-Quick Schemes. The Bible is very clear that God does not want His children to become responsible for the debt obligations of others. In the book of Proverbs, the Lord has warned us against surety, that is, co-signing or being guarantor for another person. Proverbs 6:1-5 says, "My child, if you co-sign a loan for a friend or guarantee the debt of someone you hardly know, if you have trapped yourself by your agreement and are caught by what you said, quick, get out of it if you possibly can. You have placed yourself at your friend's mercy. Now, swallow your pride, go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. Save yourself, like a deer escaping from a hunter, like a bird fleeing from a net." What is the message here? Surety usually occurs when a person with poor credit seeks a loan from a lending institution and does not qualify for the loan. The loan officer will tell the unqualified person that if he or she will get a friend with good credit to co-sign with him or her, then the bank will grant the loan and hold the co-signer responsible in the event of a default. Sometimes a fellow church member will come to you and ask you to co-sign. Your response should be, "The Bible says I should never do that." Please understand that the Bible encourages us to be helpful to those in need, but we should not become responsible for their debts. Parents are sometimes asked by teenagers to co-sign for the purchase of their first car. Or older adult children will ask parents to co-sign for a business loan. The same answer applies. It is appropriate to help others if there is a real need, but do not become surety for the debts of others. Studies show that 75% of those who co-signed end up making the payments. Proverbs 28:20 says, "The trustworthy will get rich reward, but the person who wants to get rich quick will only get in trouble." 1 Timothy 6:9-10 says, "But people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is at the root of all kinds of evil, and some people, craving money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows." What is the warning here? Get-rich-quick schemes are another financial trap. They are almost guaranteed to lead to financial ruin for those who get caught up in them. When it sounds too good to be true, it surely is. Many people are hurt emotionally and financially. An additional tragedy with these devious plans is that in many cases, individuals have had to borrow money to become involved in them in the first place. Many lives and families have been ruined by get-rich-quick schemes that end up enriching only the con artists who devise them at the expense of those who fall into their trap. When a friend or even a loved one tries to pull you into one of these schemes, run. Don't walk. Run as fast as you can. From the book Selected Messages, page 249, volume 2, it says, "The desire of men and women to accumulate property is not sinful if, in their efforts to attain their object, they do not forget God, and transgress the last 6 precepts of Jehovah, which dictate the duty of man to his fellow man, and place themselves in a position where it is impossible for them to glorify God in their bodies and spirits, which are his. If in their haste to be rich they overtax their energies and violate the laws of their being, they place themselves in a condition where they cannot render to God perfect service and are pursuing a course of sin." From the book Testimonies for the Church, volume 1, page 480 and 481, it says, "There is a class of poor brethren who are not free from temptation. They are poor managers. They have not wise judgment. They wish to obtain means without waiting, the slow process of persevering toil. Some are in such haste to better their condition that they engage in various enterprises without consulting men of good judgment and experience. Their expectations are seldom realized. Instead of gaining, they lose, and then come temptation and a disposition to envy the rich. They really want to be benefited by the wealth of their brethren, and feel tried because they are not. But they are not worthy of receiving special help. They have evidence that their efforts have been scattered. They have been changeable in business and full of anxiety and cares which bring but small returns. Such persons should listen to the counsel of those of experience, but frequently they are the last ones to seek advice. They think they have superior judgment and will not be taught. They do not take home the instruction of Paul to Timothy, but godliness with content is great gain." Have a blessed day.